Arsenal's 3-3 draw at West Ham this past weekend was 90 minutes that captured the entirety of Arsenal's season thus far. In the course of a single game, Arsenal were both devastating and scintillating. Throughout the 90 minutes, there were a few players who stood out, including none other than Calum Chambers. During the second half, Chambers did as much as any of his attacking teammates to pull the Gunners back into the game. Playing as a right back, he created 2 goals, was named man of the match, and was even ironically compared to Brazilian legend Cafu by Jamie Carragher on commentary. During the game, no player put in more crosses than Chambers, who also won 80% of his aerial duels and made 6 clearances, more than any of his teammates. In his post-match interview, Mikel Arteta said, "He was really good. He gives us something else. He gives us the height in the back line, which we needed. He was really efficient in the final third as well." This coming summer will be a crucial one for Chambers. The Englishman's current contract expires in June 2022, meaning he will have just 1 year remaining when the season ends. In this video, we will highlight how Chambers has saved his current Arsenal career and why the Gunners should re-sign the versatile defender for the future. A few years ago, when he was in his early 20s, Calum Chambers was determined to nail down a singular position of his own. After joining Arsenal from Southampton as a 19-year-old, he had played various roles, jumping from fullback to centre-back and even occasionally into the centre of midfield. However, in his mind, the time had come for more stability. At the time, Chambers wanted to be a central defender. That was his goal then, and that is still ultimately his goal now. However, it was on loan at Fulham in the 2018-2019 season where the Englishman realized he was thankful to have been able to play in all these different positions. At Fulham, he played most of the campaign in the center of midfield, and was so impressive there that he won the club's Player of the Season award. Chambers proved his versatility, while he also proved to himself that there was nothing wrong with being adaptable. Players can sometimes be described as victims of their own versatility, but with Chambers, it is his versatility that makes him one of the most useful members of this Arsenal team. Last season, Chambers was slowly beginning to establish himself as one of Arsenal's most reliable centre-backs. However, his ACL injury that came 23 minutes into his first start for Mikel Arteta couldn't have come at a worst possible time. The past 14 months haven't been easy for Chambers. He's had a long road of recovery, while this season he's had to fight back to earn his place in the Arsenal side. However, as we enter the final third of what has been a long and grueling season for Arsenal, it seems as if Chambers has made his comeback. His performance against West Ham proved the 26-year-old's worth, much like his impressive showing at Burnley earlier this month. In both games, Chambers had been included at right back to provide some aerial prowess in defensive situations. However, in both games, he also showed a willingness to push forward and make an impact in the final third. Although Arsenal drew both of those games, there were moments within each game where Arsenal played some of their best football in recent times. Looking forward, it will be interesting to see where Chambers fits into this Arsenal side. Arteta knows all about the Englishman's qualities, having played alongside him for 2 years during his playing career. He also knows about Chambers as a person and has previously described him as a fantastic character to have in the squad. For Arteta, who has spent so much of his time trying to correct the club's internal culture, it matters to him that Chambers has the right attitude and approach. The key question is now whether or not Chambers can evolve from being a useful squad player to being an essential first-team starter. As of right now, he certainly deserves to keep his place at right back, with major doubts over Hector Bellerin's future in North London. While Cedric has been good in recent weeks, he does not provide the defensive stability that Chambers does. As Arsenal enter a crucial phase of games in the Europa League, don't be surprised if Chambers is used more frequently in that role, as Arteta will be looking to prioritize defensive stability at the back. If Chambers is rewarded with a new contract this summer, I'm sure part of the negotiations will rely on whether or not he has a future at centre back. This summer, a potential vacancy may open when David Luiz's contract expires, unless the Brazilian signs an extension, which is looking more and more likely. Furthermore, the return of William Saliba from his loan in France will provide even more competition for Chambers, although it remains to be seen how Arteta will deploy the young Frenchman. The next few months will be pivotal for Chambers as Arteta and Edu ponder whether or not the Englishman warrants a new deal. Overall, Chambers' versatility and attitude makes it almost a no-brainer for Arsenal to keep him. The Englishman has done well to save his Arsenal career, and now it is time for the Gunners to reward him and secure his talent for the coming years of Mikel Arteta's revolution.